Okay, let's talk about mindset. Now, when we're going through a difficult time or facing big challenges, we often hear things like, try and be positive. Look at the bright side, have a more positive mindset, which sounds a whole lot easier than it is. It's not easy to change our mindset. Or is it? That's the question. Hi, I'm Alison Vidotto from Push Business Training and Mentoring. And I want to talk to you about one of my favorite books, and it's called Mindset. Mindset Reaching Your Potential, the Power of Believing in Yourself. It's by Dr. Carol Dweck. And I first came across Dr. Dweck's work when I watched a TED talk of hers, and I was just fascinated. I'd studied neuro leadership and neuroscience, and so I knew that we do have the ability to control our mindset and to alter our perspective on things for sure, as we learn more. But her research is amazing, and so is her book. She goes into mindset in a way that shows you exactly how, not just that we should be more positive, but she actually shows you how we can shift our mindset. Like I said, it's one of my favorite books. Her work is just, fantastic. Highly recommend you go watch the TED talk. Um, Dr. Dweck really focuses in on the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. She may well have coined the actual term. She's researched this for decades, so it's very scientifically based, very well researched. And like I said, did I mention it's really good? But she goes into actually how we can shift our mindset from being really fixed, and that we do actually have the power to change it. It is a choice. So, very briefly, people with a fixed mindset, it's just that it's fixed. They believe that intelligence is fixed, that success is fixed. Um, so if they've been told that they're really smart or they're really successful, they become quite hemmed into that. And so they, fear that it's going to be challenged. So they don't tend to take risk because, hey, look, I'm successful. And if I take that risk and it doesn't work, then I'm not going to look successful or I'm not going to look smart. So they tend to be very limited, in particularly in risk taking, learning. They don't like learning new things. They don't take criticism very well because they have that fixed perspective of intelligence, for example, or success. So they don't see feedback and criticism as something we can learn from and grow from. They see it something that challenges their intelligence or their success. Whereas people with a growth mindset, on the other hand, they see everything as a way to grow. So if somebody is, I mean, obviously none of us like people being awful or mean to us, but they will take constructive criticism exactly as it is. Constructive, how can I use it? Which is really interesting because it changes failure. If you look at things that don't work as a way to grow, and if you view it that we're all growing all of the time, then it takes all that fear and the risk because, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. So you then have that approach, which makes growth and risk, and especially in business, for entrepreneurs, there's so much risk. There's so many chances we take. We're always testing, pivoting, testing, pivoting. So if you don't have fear that your success is limited, then you're going to be more inclined to take those risks. The other thing that's very interesting is that people with a really fixed mindset, they resent the success of others. They don't celebrate it. So it's very easy, to honestly observe ourselves and our feelings. If somebody else has a huge win, do you feel really resentful? Oh, darn, they've won. Now I'm not going to get that chance. Or do you think, wow, that's so good. They've reached that step. I can see it can be done. They've inspired me. Now I need to work out how I can do it. That's a really good way to judge where your mindset sits on the growth fixed spectrum. One of the, I don't want to say life altering, it sounds very, but truly something that has stuck with me since the minute I read it. And I was just, you know, wow, it's really, and it's one small word. And I often share this, with people in my membership, my community. If you take something that you're finding really difficult, and let me give you an example. For me, say 10 years ago, I started marketing. So it is actually 10 years ago this year. And my background was teaching and science. So marketing was a whole new language. And I would say things like, I don't get it. I'm no good at marketing. I can't do this. And it's one of those limiting statements. And when you look around you or look at yourself, we all make them to some degree. I don't have any money. I don't have enough money. I'm not getting any clients. This isn't working. If you attach one teeny tiny little word to that statement, any of those statements, and you attach the word yet, look how the meaning has just been completely and utterly shifted. And I would say the word yet was my biggest takeaway from Dr. Carol Dweck's book, the growth mindset, or mindset it's called, just one word, mindset. And then she talks about potential. But just anything that you find challenging, anytime you hear yourself saying, I don't have enough clients yet, I don't have enough money yet, I'm not great at marketing yet. I don't say that anymore. I love marketing now. So we also learn to love things that we find a real struggle, and I think back in 2011, when I was doing my first marketing course, had I known the word yet, and then I learned to understand marketing and then I learned to love it, and now I absolutely love it. But there are many other things that I find I put the word yet at the end of because it changes the meaning completely. So, what do you have that you could attach the word yet to? I'd really love to hear. Let me know in the comments, okay? And pick up the book by Dr. Carol Dweck. You'll love it. Have a great day.